All right, get ready. We okay, boom, perfect. All right, Helena, I'd love to know, how did you feel before you started on the Shape Up online program?
Before I started, I was going through the really bad stage of thinking that I am just so fat, I'm so round, I couldn't fit into my clothes.
Hmm.
I was kind of going down a route of just kind of getting depressed about it. I knew something had to give because I had just gone too far. I was the heaviest that I had been in a long time. Actually, I
Hmm.
was the heaviest I've ever been, really, actually, before I started this. And I just knew I had to do something, otherwise I might not be around really for my own three kids at home.
Mm.
And I wanted them to see how I can change as well, because I wasn't doing anything right in front of them. So I wanted them to see me as a better person as well.
Yeah, yeah. What else was driving that actually? Obviously, the kids was a big thing. What other motivators did you have?
I work. I'm self-employed and
Mm.
I teach classes at Star, or and I'm in front of 20 parents every
Hmm.
day. And I felt like I was supposed to go back to work there in September time, and I felt like if I was going back into work, I would be so conscious. Um, we sit on the ground, and sitting on the ground makes
Mm.
your hairs on your belly come more and more and more. And if I couldn't be confident given my class, I can't do it right, the class right at all. So my biggest fear was going back into class and actually not being able to do what I could do before lockdown came in March.
Yeah.
And I just had to make sure that I was going back in there, fitting into my clothes, and actually being able to give a proper class to all
Hmm.
my parents inside in that class as well. So that was my biggest drive, getting back into
Yeah.
work.
And the way you were feeling that you described at the start, what effect was that having on you? Like, where else was that affecting?
Well, I didn't really want to go out. I didn't
Mm.
want to meet my friends. I, like Jason, my husband, would have said like even the country was starting to back or open back up, but
Hmm.
I felt like I didn't want to go anywhere, and he wanted to go out for a meal and stuff. And even at that, I didn't want to do anything because I got to a stage where nothing was fitting me.
Yeah.
My clothes just felt horrible on me. And if you look in the mirror, you just look in the mirror and think, wow, like if I don't like what I'm looking at, do other
Hmm.
people see me as the same way as well? So I just knew with all of that, I just had to do something because of that. Like
Yeah.
if I can't go out and enjoy a meal with my husband and have a good night out because of that, then that's, you know, your life is not going down the
Hmm.
right way as well.
Hmm. Yeah. No, definitely. And obviously, you were feeling like that. You knew, like you said, you knew something needed to change and something needed to happen. But obviously, there's still sometimes fears and apprehensions about starting something. What would have some of the biggest fears and concerns you would have had about coming
Um,
onto our program?
I suppose the biggest fears would be I have three kids at home,
Yeah.
making time
Yeah.
to get to the live workouts,
Hmm.
um, which actually has not been that hard, really.
Yeah.
I think when you put your mind down to it, you actually can
Mhm.
make it, no bother at
Yeah.
all. That was definitely was my biggest fear, was doing that.
Yeah.
I suppose change like my whole food diet. Not that I'm on a
Hmm.
diet right now because I'm eating
Yeah.
all the food that I love, so I'm
Yeah.
not on a diet. But making sure that I was eating healthier and
Yeah.
making sure that I could put that food on top of my plate.
Hmm.
The biggest thing that you've always said since day one is planning.
Yeah.
Um, so if I can plan, I can get my whole week, and it is
Hmm.
perfect as well. Now there is days where you cannot plan, and there is days
Yeah.
where things fall apart, like, and that's fine as well.
Yeah.
And there is help there to be given to us as well if we do fall apart like
Hmm.
that. Um, um, I suppose I didn't want, before starting like with the live workouts,
Yeah.
if I was going to a gym, I would be thinking about what clothes I was wearing,
Yeah.
how I looked in the clothes,
Yeah.
the time going up to a gym,
Hmm.
the way people looked at you inside in the gym as well.
Yeah.
And all that, you don't have that on live
Hmm.
workouts, which is great. And it just makes more time, even time with your kids and your husband.
Hmm.
And you don't have to worry about how you look or your big red face or your sweaty
Yeah.
head or anything like that, like
Yeah.
either. So all that was a big fear beforehand. But then once you get onto the first live workout, it all goes. All the
Yeah.
fears go. They really, really do. I think the first week is probably the hardest week.
Yeah.
And after that, once you're into it after the first week, I think you'll stay into it.
Hmm. Because you mentioned as well before, like obviously it cuts out a lot of travel time for you too,
Yeah,
like going to and from a gym or
yeah,
a class, or because you
yeah.
can do it from home. So
Because like we're all parents, we're all mothers
yeah.
doing this. So we all have the kids at home. So
Yeah.
most of us are working at the moment probably as well, or if you're working at home and stuff. And
Hmm.
time is not on your hands, you know, when you have
Yeah.
kids. And
Yeah.
especially evening time, I think, as well, because you want to be there for their bedtime. So if you can have the travel time going to a gym and do it online, I think it's even better again.
Yeah. And what's been different about this program? Obviously, you've done other things before. You mentioned other classes, personal trainers and stuff. But in your opinion, what's made this different to other things you've tried?
So yeah, I have done a personal trainer. I was doing one there before lockdown came in. And she was great. I used to go to her only once a week and then go to the gym maybe once or twice a week as well. But I find what's different here is, now, first of all, I'm doing 3 or 4 live workouts every week if I can. But I've also got my own coach, Megan, and I can get onto Megan or even onto you or Jake as well. Whenever I want, at any time of the day. You're always there from Monday to Saturday. So if I'm slacking in my food, or if there's something going on in my body, like my back is being sore or something like that, I can get onto my coach whenever I want. So I actually have a personal trainer kind of on call whenever I want to be on call, which is perfect. And it's brilliant. And my personal trainer as well, before, fair enough, they could have given me advice on my food, but I only met them once a week. So I had to wait for another week to get that advice. So I feel like I'm getting a nutritionist here as well. He helping me out with my food and looking at my food every day. You get to see our pictures every day of what we're eating. And as well, I only just said to my mom yesterday, by taking photographs of my food, I do know what I'm eating now. Whereas before, I write down what I'm eating, it made no difference to me. It made no difference to me, because if I didn't take a picture of it, I can't look back on it. Sometimes you do forget what you're eating, and you've spoken about it. Like, you know, there have been like weeks where I have hidden food nearly because I don't remember it. So even just that alone, where you're able to send our food in at the end of every day, and you're looking at us, all of this helps us. This is how we're going to achieve our goal. This is how we're going to get to where we want to get to as well. So I just think it's really good with all of that, like, and having a personal trainer. And like I say, our own coach for whatever we want, that's a massive difference with every place I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? Because you just have that support. Like, often that's the thing when you're having a bad day, to have someone to turn to or whatever.
Yeah, and you do need it. I definitely do. Definitely do. Yeah, I've always found that if I have someone there to support me, I can do what I'm doing. If I can slack off any bit at all, and if I don't attend a class or do anything, then I'll get nowhere. I'll get nowhere at all. It's done happened to me before, and it's going to happen to me again. I'm sure if I go down that road as well.
It's so easy with life as well. Like, you're busy, you're a mum, and one bad day can turn into a whole week. And then at least when you have the support there, it might get nipped in. Well, it gets nipped in the bud a lot sooner. So you achieve what you want quicker. Yeah,
you can. You definitely can. Like, and the mindset. I've always said that, mindset. Like, I'm not on a diet. I said that to start there. I'm not on a diet. You asked us to start about the list of food that we like. I'm eating all the food that I like. I've actually included other healthier food that I never knew I liked before this, and now I'm eating that and I love it. So I haven't changed like my whole way of eating. It's just that I've gotten healthier in the way I'm doing it, and I love that I'm not on a diet. Like, when my family see me eating, they're like, "But are you supposed to be eating that?" Like, and I'm like, I eat whatever I want in moderation with everything. And I've cut back on all my diet, or my chocolate and potatoes, all that stuff. But because I'm not on a diet, I feel like because I'm eating my bar of chocolate in the evening time rather than during the day and the evening time, I'm getting my treats. I'm still getting all that. Like, so it is really important to have a little treat every day. Well, for me anyway. I think, for me, if I can have that, and in other programs, they're kind of advising not to have a treat. And I think once you're told what not to eat, that's where you're going to fall. You completely are, like.
Because it's banned, isn't it? And then you want it, and then when you do it, you feel like you messed up. So cycle. What are some of the biggest changes you've noticed?
I suppose my clothes, definitely. I just feel like I look a bit better. I think even I've upped my water, and my skin feels and looks better as well. My energy levels are, after coming back up at a huge amount. It really has. I must go to the doctor to get my cholesterol tested, actually. One thing I really wanted actually to check out, because that was pretty high before I started. So I want to get that back down, and I'm sure by the way I'm eating, I probably have brought that down as well. And I'm just happier. I'm just happier. I really am. I actually am. I feel more confident. I feel like even doing this Zoom call, Lee.
Yeah, I know.
I said
Yeah.
to you, I didn't want to
Yeah.
do the Zoom call,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't have done it like
Yeah.
6-7 weeks ago. But
Yeah.
even doing this like has just made me a bit more confident as well. And I just think if I can do that, whatever about losing weight,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like confidence is a massive thing, and just being happy is a massive thing as well. It really is.
It's the biggest thing, isn't it? Ultimately, it's how you feel. That's what you really want to change, and then that affects everything else.
Yeah.
And you take better actions anyway, because when you feel better about yourself, you make different decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's other mums watching this that probably in a very similar position to where you were when you started. Same fear, same concerns, same kind of doubts. What would you say to them now watching this?
Well, first of all, if they have started, that's massive already.
Yeah.
And they've like bit the bullet, like, and they are going ahead with it. Try your hardest. Just give the first week a go anyway, whatever happens. And if you can get into that first week, you'll find each week going easier and easier and easier. You will have a certain week, right, okay, where it will go downhill.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Get onto your coach, whoever your coach is. Just get onto them, ring them, text them, whoever it is. If you can't get through to them, ring Lee, whoever. But always ask for the advice. If you can get the advice, you'll get far in this program, and you will love doing it. You're probably joined up for the 6 weeks, and I can guarantee you after 6 weeks you will go further. I just reapplied there again, like for 2 weeks ago now. I'm on to my 8th, I think it is. And my plan is not to be given up. Like really, I can go further and further. And I think whoever has joined this will keep on going with this. Try your hardest to come to the live workouts. I've just said to Lee there, I do feel like I actually put more of an effort in with the live workouts than doing the recordings. If you can, do try come to all those live workouts. And if not, do the recordings at home once you get your 3 workouts in throughout the whole week. And just enjoy it. I just think enjoy it. I actually enjoy it. I look forward to every day seeing the progress I'm making, and I look forward to even cooking now, which is something I wouldn't have looked forward to before. Just enjoy it as much as you possibly can, and just see how you can go in the 6 weeks. You'll be very, very surprised at the end of the 6 weeks how you do get on.
Okay, boom, super.
Yeah.